Okay, I'm outside now, obviously. Here's the chimney. There's my control box, or the tuner box. There's my unfed wire going up to a pole, top of the chimney, and then the wire goes out, way out there to a tree. Alright, quiet, Truman. Taking a look at the box itself. Here's a little standoff feeding the wire antenna. These are the control lines. Whoops, there's the control lines going to the controller box in the shack. Obviously the coax. This is going to go down to a ground rod down on the ground, as well as some counterpoises. Then looking into the box itself, here is the bread slicer. Note that it's, I'm going to call it, you'll see why later, the 9 o'clock position, or the 12 o'clock position, straight up and down. It's driven by a little hobby shop RC motor here that's been hacked. That's for the bread slicer, okay? Then up here is the roller inductor, obviously, driven by a DC motor, but the DC motor is geared to a positioning pod. Alright, so now we're in the shack. There's a 756 Pro 2. Here's the control box for the tuner itself. So I've got a little chart that just gives me a log of some readings I can come back to. For example, on 80 meters, I would want to put the bread slicer in the 12 o'clock position where it is now. Okay, like I'd call that 9 o'clock. I'd call that 12 o'clock. I'd call this 3 o'clock, and what have you. Okay, so for 80 meters, I would want to be there. For 80 meters, I would want the voltage coming back from the positioning pot to read 3.2 or thereabouts. So I turned it on, and as I turn the roller inductor in one direction, or I turn the roller inductor in the other direction, that positioning pot is changing the voltage coming back to this meter. So if I'm going to go on 80 meters, I'll start out at about 3.2. And then what I would do, I would peak the variable capacitor, the bread slicer, for noise. And you can hear it, listen. Alright, so in this instance it happens to be more like 1 o'clock. And then what I would do is just tune those controls for minimum SWR. So to see the action of what's actually going on, watch this. Alright, I will rotate the bread slicer from, I'm going to call it 3 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, and here's what's happening outside. Alright, put it to 3 o'clock. Put it to 9 o'clock, put it to 12 o'clock, and now slowly do from just one extreme to the other. Just turn it slowly. Just go back and forth, left, right. Now the other way. That's good, now the other way. Alright, okay, now that button on the bottom that says roller inductor or something like that, just push it to the left, push that switch to the left and hold it. Hold it. Alright, now stop. Now push the switch to the right. Alright, stop. Now push it the other way. Alright, stop.